Hello everyone, and welcome back to Space Engineers. We've got another weapons overview today, because I saw this on the workshop and I thought this was really interesting looking. Now, there's only a couple of weapons in this mod so far, but there's a couple more in development. This is the MCRN Weapons and More mod, and this is made by Una, and an interesting one, the default trash bag, which is actually the Steam username. So thank you to those mod creators for bringing us this mod. I'm going to be doing an overview of both of these weapons and I'm going to be testing their sheer power. But first, I'm going to be going over them. So I will start with the smallest weapon. This is the MCRN Rapid Reload Torpedo Launcher. It's a 3x3x7 grid and it shoots a triple shot with a pretty impressive 10km range. Here's a little scale comparison to put it into perspective. The default rocket launcher is smaller, I want to say, than one of the torpedo launchers in this block, so that kind of shows you how powerful these torpedoes are. I'll be doing a firing test of this later, as well as the other weapon, which I'll move on to now. This giant railgun is called the MCRN VX12 Faux Hammer Ultra Heavy Railgun. We have the MCRN branding on both weapons, something I forgot to mention on the other one, but it was there. I just want to take a moment to admire the effort that's gone into creating this. And also, I want to talk about the size as well. This is a 7x7x36 block cannon. So, a block in Space Engineers is 2.5 meters in real life. So this gun is 90 meters long. And that's about the size of me compared to this gun. And the other thing so far in this mod is the vertical logo, which is a 7x18 block. And it looks a bit weird when it's not placed on something, but it's just the logo. And this looks really cool. One more thing I want to talk about before going into the firing demo is that there are a couple of cannons and other weapons in this mod that are currently in the work in progress stage. So those are the MCRN Nariman Dynamics 40mm point defense cannon. So I guess that's going to be similar to the interior turret but scaled way up to go with the other weapons in this mod. So I'll be excited and interested to see that, and potentially it could be added to my survival series as well. And the next one is the MCRN Light Railgun, so I assume that will be a smaller version of this one, consuming less power and dealing less damage. So right over here I have my headquarters. As you can see, it's outfitted with pretty much everything you would need, except for one thing, a massive railgun. And there we go. Now, I think this should kind of do the scale of this justice. This is an entire base. I think this actually might be on par with the Big Bertha that we saw in the Battle Cannon and Turrets mod many years ago. I believe that's now the first video on this channel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to test this weapon on my trusty Corvette. Next I'm going to double check that the range isn't set too far straight away, because I want to be able to spawn these in and change the faction ownership so that this cannon will shoot them. And as you can see, you can change the damage per shot of this weapon and the rate of fire. I'm going to keep it at this by default. I assume if you change these it will decrease the power consumption. And we also have a few more options in the terminal here. So we can choose it to target unowned, grids, focus fire, subsystems. This is really cool. So you can manually set it to target specific systems of a ship. So if you wanted to just completely take down a ship, you could set this to power. That is one of the coolest and most practical things I've ever seen in a weapons mod. So it will target either moving vehicles, mobile vehicles, or moored vehicles. You can even change the control mode. Oh, it has fired. It has completely destroyed the back of this Corvette. So this weapon really pushes ships out of the way. Now I'm going to be testing the torpedoes. So I have installed a torpedo launcher in the front of this frigate. I also want to point out that these torpedoes are also homing as well. I think the torpedoes start at a slow speed and then after about 100 meters they suddenly speed up. So it's safe to say that these torpedoes are powerful. So that's going to conclude this overview. If you want to check out this mod, the link will be in the description below, as well as with the Weapon Core mod link. More really cool weapons will be added to this mod over time, and I'm really excited to see that happening. It'll be really cool to test out the new weapons as they come. If you enjoyed this video, please do leave a like, as I really do appreciate it, and also consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. I now upload 3 times a week, that is on Sundays, Wednesdays and Fridays. Consider joining the Discord server, there is a lot of people in there now and it's really great for having discussions with people. And also, if you're thinking of buying Space Engineers, or thinking of buying any of the DLC associated with Space Engineers, instead of going to the store directly, consider using my link in the description of every single one of my videos. If you click the link and buy something from the Space Engineers store, that will really help me out and will allow me to create more videos like this one. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.